Welcome to the NEPA Scene Podcast, the only local live streaming podcast of its kind. We're coming to you from the Accelerator building in downtown Wilkes-Barre. I'm Rich Howells, the founder and editor of NEPA Scene, and tonight we're here with Wilkes-Barre horror punk band The Whiskey Bats. Before they perform at Camp Punksylvania at the Circle Drive-In in Dickson City this Saturday, September 10th, we're going to talk about punk rock music and the horror punk scene. Forming a band during the pandemic, the making of their debut album Flesh Eaters, and what inspired each track, their favorite horror movies and what they love about the genre, opening for bands like The Queers and First Jason, representing NEPA at Camp Punksylvania, and much more. So please stay tuned for the full hour. We would love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. So if you have any questions for these guys, anything you want to talk about, punk rock in general, horror movies, any of that good stuff, we would love to hear from you in the comments. We will highlight those later and answer them back when we can. Before we dive in, I just want to thank our sponsor, Special Guest, who's provided us with this office space and the equipment and the funds to make our podcast and website possible. Special Guest is a talent booking marketplace, making it easier for talented people to get discovered and booked. It was founded in 2017 by actor-comedian Damon Wayans Jr., along with local entrepreneur Chris Jones. You can check them out at specialguestapp.com or download the app on iTunes or Google Play. They just launched merchbooth.com, a free program to help artists and talent professionals create and sell merch online and in person at shows. Many local musicians are using it right now, and so are we. I actually have one of our classic skull shirts that we got through Merch Booth, so we greatly appreciate their help in getting this stuff out there. We also have hoodies and all kinds of other merch too, keychains, magnets, all that good stuff that we're going to have this weekend at Camp Punksylvania. So if you're going this weekend, we will be there. We'll have a table set up. Please come over and say hi. We would love if you picked one of these guys up. Otherwise, I'm going to be driving them around forever. I have like a trunk full of these things, especially the hoodies, which get heavy when you get like several boxes of them. And now that the weather's shitty, I can actually sell them. And since these guys were kind enough to throw me a nice shirt too, I'm going to show off their merch as well. You going to have some of this weekend?
Oh yeah,
sure will. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you can grab one of these while you're at it. And since we're now in a spooky season, I thought it would be appropriate to bring some Stegmeyer pumpkin for you guys. What did you think? Have you had this before?
Oh yes, I've had this a couple times, and after the second beer, it's just like you don't even taste the pumpkin anymore.
Good beer. It'll get you drunk.
Yeah, it is. It's really solid, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's working.
So my concern with it was it's been gone for a little bit because Lion's Head sold it to the guys at Susquehanna Brewing Company. So it's being brewed in a different brewery now, but I know those guys. Everybody's had Susquehanna Brewing. Their stuff's really good. So I was like, it could change, could stay the same, but.
Is there puzzles on the caps?
It tastes the same to me. There are not puzzles on the caps. Yeah. That is a Lion's Head thing.
I thought it was the reason because the pumpkins went on strike and pumpkins don't want to work anymore. I thought that was the reason, but
it's possible. I mean, that could be the private story that they're trying to keep out of the news.
Exactly. It's good though.
It is good.
I'm going to take the rest of them.
I love solving the puzzles, but I feel like there's only like 24 of them, so you just
right.
In one case of beer, you get the same puzzle.
If you have enough beers, you
forget
about
all these already. Yeah.
You forget about the puzzles after enough beers.
Yeah, I solved them all.
It just makes.
So I've finished Lion's Head.
But if you drink enough of it, then you can say like, "Look how smart I am! I figured all these out right away."
Completed Lion's Head. On to the next one.
So can we start by introducing yourselves and what your part is in the band?
I'm Mike. I play bass and sing backup vocals.
He handles the money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the boss.
He's the money boss.
He's the boss.
I'm Riggs. I'm the guitarist and the singer. And whatever.
Yeah.
What are you again?
I'm Uncle Frank. I play the drums. And I sing a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I sing a bit.
Do a good job of it.
Yeah.
Well, there's also Bobby who sings and plays guitar, but he's at home being a dad right now. So.
Such a dad.
Yeah, he has a new son, Samuel Wellington.
Well, good for him. Maybe if you want to join in the conversation, feel free.
What's up, Bobby?
Get in those
Bobby.
comments.
Bobby.
So what got you interested in music originally? Is this something that, when did you first pick up an instrument? Was it at a young age?
I don't know. Want me to go first? I mean,
go ahead.
ever since I was a little kid, I grew up around musicians. My uncles were musicians, and I went on tour with them. They were like a touring, traveling like cover band with like 12 or 15 members. So I learned how to like lift up equipment, put it somewhere, wrap up cables. That's what I did for them. And I was just like, I just want to do that. I want to do this like forever.
There is a correct way to wrap cables too.
There is a way.
There's a correct way.
Stay tuned. We're going to go over it later.
And it's not like this. It's, yeah.
Yeah. People get fired over that shit.
Yeah. It's not
Go ahead.
right.
Yeah, I was like a young teenager. I had family that played music too, so my uncle gave me my first drum set when I was probably like 13. So I started out playing the drums, and I got interested in bass, and here I am now.
Yeah, he's only been playing bass for like 2 years?
3 years.
3 years.
Wow.
Came a long way too. He's just amazing now. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Puts the Phil and Phillips.
that's the going joke.
Some people just have an
Good
knack
jokes
for
you
it,
can tell
so-
over and over though.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
You can keep telling them, and we will.
What about you, Frank?
We all been playing, I guess, for a long time. I played music when I was pretty young, my buddies, whatever. But I think this area really brewed a lot of musicians, or at least made you want to try to be a musician, because there was like back in the day, there was just so many cool places to play and hang out, and everybody was doing it, or at least the people that I thought were cool were doing it.
True.
So yeah, we were just all every weekend at the Strand, right?
Yeah.
That was it.
All of us here were in different bands growing up, just playing
Yeah.
together, and many years later, I'm just like, oh man,
Yeah.
I need to find some guys. that
You
are
were
willing
like
to
the
go.
coolest dude.
Oh, stop!
Yeah.
Don't get involved. Don't start now.
Yeah.
Don't start.
Well, now I could break your balls or whatever.
Yeah,
but
now you
when
can
I was
break my
like
balls.
16 and you were working in Nirvana's closet, I was like, that guy's cool as fuck. The mohawk and
Little did you know.
yeah, that's all gone.
Yeah, man.
I feel you, man. I had a mohawk too.
Check this out, boys. It's real.
They make it up for me and Mike, so that's all right.
Yeah. We should make wigs out of his hair.
Yeah, there is like a serious lack of hair on that side of this room. Right?
Yeah. You were like weighing down the
That's why I have my hat on. The light's just gonna.
There's something in the water or the beer. I don't know, maybe.
Well, it's all right.
I apologize to anybody that's watching and sees like a glare off.
You can see each light like reflecting off of the dome pieces of these boys.
It's just gonna be a white light the entire show.
Yeah.
We're not the blue man group. We're like the pale white group.
Yes.
Pasty white
Glad you didn't say the white man group.
Even that skull has more color than us, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of
I'd
like
die
Riggs
for that
back in high school.
complexion.
Yeah, that's like a watermelon hawk he's got going on there.
Oh. Kill for that complexion, though.
So, what bands were you guys in previously? Anything that people might know at home? If you went to
I'll
shows
go
in the
first.
area?
All right, so the big one that people might remember is Arsenal Mayhem. That was the one I was in for like 5 years. We played Warped Tour in 2006. We opened up for the Casualties a couple times. We did some pretty neat things on the East Coast, and around here people might remember that. So I could go on about all the other bands I've been in all at the same time. Terratown High, Under the Wave. I was in Skies Fallen for like 2 months when they broke up.
Were you really?
Yes,
in
I was really in that band. I
Great
could keep
band.
going, but I'll let
R.I.P.
these guys take over. a little
Great
bit.
band.
Yep.
Bobby and I were both in a band called the STD. People that used to frequent Cafe Metro would probably remember us. We opened for the Casualties, stuff like that, but it kind of fell apart before it got to take off because we were so young.
Oh, so it didn't catch on.
Yeah. People
The
liked
STDs
us.
didn't catch on?
No.
They didn't catch the STD.
It actually stood for the socially transmitted disease. But we were just too
Back when
young to
political bands
travel,
were the
so
thing.
it just
Oh,
didn't work
right,
out.
yeah,
We're teenagers.
Open
Right?
for the Casualties, and then all
Nobody
these years
heard of
later,
my band.
Yeah,
so.
You're on a bill with them again. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's pretty cool.
Funny how that comes around again.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody heard of any of my bands. Yeah, I mean, Herringbones and the Ordinals. We played at Metro a bunch of times, and great bands though. So if you missed that,
So how did this this band get together?
Well, the band I was in previously just like ended on a sour note, and in end of 2019, and I had a lot of gigs lined up with some like horror conventions and things like that. And I was like, wanted to try to keep those dates.
it was pre-pandemic though, right?
Yes, it was 2009. Yeah, it was
Yes.
November.
Because I was gonna say like nobody had anything else to do, but we were trying to make a band. Yeah.
I told them, I said, I have these ideas. It's really hard to sell what we're pushing here. Like I'm just like, listen, it's I like to sing about horror movies, but we're not gonna get into the theatrics. Or I'm not gonna put on makeup. I'm not gonna spit blood all over the stage or anything.
I'm not wearing makeup either.
Well, you need it, but I don't want to push all that. I just want to I like to sing about horror movies. So this is what I do. I have some things built in, into the frame here. Let's see if we can come together. And I went through many drummers because it's where I like to start. Like you find a drummer and you like that's like the biggest part of your band right there in my opinion. Is like the drummer's good, the whole band's gonna sound good. And I went through many drummers, and many of them just couldn't step up. But for this guy right here, day one, we wrote some of the songs that are on this album here that day.
Oh wow!
And so I was sold. He was sold, and then
What a day too! What a day!
I don't know if you want to go. I don't know if you want to go into it.
It was a crazy day.
It was a very.
It was we were having such a great day. This is kind of like a pretty tender, but we were having a great day. He came over like early to my house. I was working on this house, but I had like a really nice jam space set up, and we're drinking mimosas with we had like pomegranate berries in them. We were just like hanging out, just sucking down cigarettes, playing music for like hours. And that was the day that my dad died. And I got a phone call from my mom. It's like, it's years now. I could, shit happens, but it was just crazy because I hadn't seen this guy in years, and we were having like this awesome day, like kind of drunk. And my mom calls me all hysterical, and I just like went back into the house after talking to her on the phone. I'm like, Riggs, I'm leaving. You lock up the house. Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Let's get out of here.
And then went into that zone. So it was like quite a day.
We take that as a strange omen.
And then months later, I like hit you back up again. We're like, all right, so let's play music again, because that was cool.
Give him time to.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
We did a lot. We did a lot of shit that first day.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like
35 for Life, I think, and
Sci-fi style
kind of started to happen that day.
It was just like perfect. It was like right in the pocket. It was wonderful. And then he was telling me, there's some guys out there that I can get. And I was like, oh yeah? Well shit. And then he messaged Mike here.
Yep.
And then you got Bobby along. Yes. Bobby was quite hesitant at first, and I texted. I known him from like Under Fire, right?
Yeah.
That was his band. I always respected Bobby very much, and I said, I wasn't planning on having another guitarist on with us, but like, there'll be a spot for you if you want it. And he's like, I'll think about it. And then like the very next day, he's like, I'm coming. And he had a little combo amp at the time, and that's how we all started. And then like,
Bobby's gone through so much gears.
Yeah, he goes through.
He just can't. Yeah,
he goes through guitars like underwear.
Always making moves.
Yeah. So like we started writing. I had a couple songs, and we started writing, getting things going, and things were starting to move. I was starting to talk to all these venues and all these horror conventions and everything, and then of course COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that like we spent like 4 months like just like straight up getting ready, prepping, writing, and everyone's advice. I'm like, shit, what are we supposed to do? And everyone's advice was keep writing, and I'm like, what? It's like you're baking a cake for a party. And then, like, no one's coming to the party yet because it's like snowed in.
So you just keep baking the cake.
Yeah, you keep baking the cake. And everyone's like, just freeze the cake. It's like, no, it's ready now. It's ready to just explode. So, of course, we did the lockdown thing. We kept in touch. We never gave up. And then finally, in September of that year, we finally came out. We recorded under COVID guidelines with masks and everything. We went to Joe Loftus.
Did we?
Studio. Yes, we did. Yep.
Yes.
and we recorded our first 4-song EP, and it came out wonderful. We did it all in one day, live. We just did it.
Because we were so tight. Because all we did was
All we did
practice.
was rehearse.
There was nothing
There
else
was nothing
to
to
do.
distract us. It was actually quite nice.
Because we did this. We did that live.
We did it all live.
That
We
live.
recorded those
Well,
songs in
we
one
tracked
day.
the vocals, but we recorded the instruments live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were ready, and our first show, we're NEPA, we're from here, but our first show was in Delaware.
Oh, okay.
At Bar 13, with Horror Punks USA and everything, and everything started off really well. I think that people started to.
That was an awkward show though because it was like masked and they had like tables, like a lot of the bars and venues were having to do this like awkward thing where they didn't know what to do. So they were like, well, these are the guidelines, so just sit at this table.
Yeah.
Which is like stupid awkward for a punk rock show.
Yes.
Right.
People were like desperate to do anything.
Right.
And, they still had like go-go dancers and shit that day. There was a chick dancing on a pole.
Yeah,
like,
we thought she died.
During our set, I just
She was upside down, and we're on the stage playing, and we just saw her slide down the pole and land on her head.
and you can hear it over the sound system. We're just Jesus.
she was a big girl.
She took it well though. She got right back up. What a trooper.
Good for her.
God bless her heart.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, we started strong, and I think people realized like, oh shit, these guys mean it.
Yeah, you're taking it seriously.
Yeah, we're taking it very seriously. We're not half-assing it up there, and we're not phoning it in. And things started slowly picking up. It's really hard to like pick things up when COVID restrictions are weighing down like live entertainment and artists and musicians to do anything when it comes to revealing it to everyone live. So we had a very slow, rocky start.
All right.
But now I think things are starting to pick up. Thanks to this guy right here working every day to try to find us gigs everywhere. And we were able to open up for the Queers this year, open up for the Coffin Cats. Getting us on camp honestly is like the best thing for us because instead of us traveling out to like other states, we've driven all the way down to Maryland, for example. Instead of going all the way there, people are coming to us.
Right.
And on Saturday, we're the only Northeastern Pennsylvania punk rock band performing that day.
Actually, for the whole thing.
The whole thing.
There's no
I can't
other-
believe that though.
I
no
I
other
know.
bands.
I mean, there's a
know.
lot of bands around here. I don't know.
Well, I feel like that's like our biggest thing for the year is to like have everyone come to us for once and really show it up. So we're feeling very confident and we're hoping to meet a lot of new people. That's why we're excited to release the new Flesh Eaters album.
So when you realized that you guys were kind of the only representation of Northeast PA on that lineup, I mean, how did that feel?
Really good.
Yeah, I mean, Mike said it the best. Not to be short-winded, but I mean, it goes to show a change in the atmosphere around here. There are a lot of like local underground bands around here that are trying to find an outlet. Sure. And like, for example, a lot of times some of these bands are playing for free.
Yeah.
For example, at Curry Donuts, I just played there on Sunday, and there was a lot of amazing bands that night. And it's just like, wow, like it's sad that we have to find places like this to perform in front of people.
It does sound really weird.
It sounds
though,
really weird for
but
people outside of the state, but it's
legit. It's just weird.
COVID really
I've
hit a
been
lot of
to
venues.
many Curry shows. And
Yeah, they're
always
great.
Blast.
And I think there's a younger generation doing a big thing there too. Like when we play, it seems like it's our homies or whatever.
Yeah.
But then like Glitterer plays there, and like all the kids go, and there's like quite a big turnout there. I mean, it's pretty legit,
Yeah.
And until it gets too cold for shows, I guess. Which I mean,
right.
we're some pretty,
they do it
we're
inside.
cold country kids around here. But
they do it inside. They do it inside. They're with some chairs.
But I saw like videos of of Glitterer played there a weekend after we did, like last year. I think that was last October.
Yeah.
And Glitter played like the next weekend, and there was a shitload of people there. Like, because I mean, that's that pretty big deal.
But that's where you want to go. It's like we're not expecting money. We're just desperate to get.
Yeah,
out
and it's
there
cool. Like
reach
there's kids
people.
like skating, and
It's very chill. And that's kind of like what we want to.
that's what you want.
That's what you want at your punk rock shows. Is everyone's having a good time.
It does feel pretty punk rock though, like Under the Bridge, and
graffiti all over the place.
it's kind of like some weird odors.
Yeah. That's what it's called, region.
So are you looking for venues specifically more kind of punk rock aligned?
We want places with good sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good monitors.
Yeah,
Who
that's
has the monitors and the sound
We can
guys?
hear
That's what we
ourselves.
want. Because that's always seems to be the decider is like, can we hear ourselves?
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's when you sound good, you know?
It's just really tough. Like I said, it's really a tough sell when, like I said, we were a punk band that sings about horror movies. We're not like a horror punk band. It's easy to put a label on it, to show people like, okay,
Sure.
to get it there. But like honestly, like I don't listen to a lot of like horror punk music. Like I like to listen to like acoustic punk music and like Rancid. And that's like the hardest stuff I listen to, and just whatever comes out of us organically when we rehearse, that's what we write, and that's how it sounds, and we just put words to it.
Okay.
How we're feeling at the time.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that process. Are you guys all kind of in the same room for that?
Not anymore. It started out that way, but like a year and a half ago, I moved down by Philly, so
Okay.
it's a little harder to write together. But we have like a Facebook chat group where if I come up with a riff, I'll send it to those guys, and we just go back and forth on it. So the last couple songs that we've written have been that way, but we set time aside at every rehearsal to try to come up with some new stuff, and that's how that works.
Yeah, touch on new, fresh ideas to keep, us not being bored of playing our own songs.
Right.
We've been playing the same songs now for like 2 years because it's been really tough with everything. Now things are opening, but like now we're ready. Like
They're still fun to play.
We released this, but like now we're ready for new things.
But after like a couple of years of playing with certain, I mean, any musician would agree too. Like you get used to
Same
kind of
act.
how people's styles are. So like I kind of like know what his sound is. I know to expect some octave chords. I know like we all have a tendency to lean into dynamic changes. Sound kind of together now. At this point, we're getting a little bit more used to it. Same with Bob. Like everybody's kind of on track together, so it does happen a little bit more. I don't know. It's just
getting easier to communicate.
It's
It's getting-
easier.
yeah.
I don't
easier
want
to
to jinx
communicate.
it. Yeah. I don't like
That's how we, we're all starting to be able to read each other very well, and just know where to go with these songs. And like I said, this new album here, it's a lot. Some of it's brand new. And when we recorded it, we rehearsed it a couple times and just tried it in the studio, and it really worked out very well.
Oh, like Spitting Nails, right?
Spitting Nails
That was really new.
Honestly, like that was to the line, like at the
That
last
was
minute.
very
We
fresh
almost
song.
didn't record.
We almost didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote the solo the day before. I was like, "How do you guys like this? You guys like it? I don't know.
But that's a good example of how
Yeah.
quickly a song can, like, we can make a song come together at this point.
Right.
I mean, pretty straightforward song, but definitely was fresh. Definitely was fresh.
I've a lot of those stories where a band is like, yeah, we did this one at the last minute, and then ends up becoming like a favorite or one that's is particular.
And that song came
known
together
for.
like in so quickly versus like Carnival of Crime, which took like
A year and a half.
almost
Yeah.
2 years to figure out.
Come together for.
But I guess that's the opposite side of the spectrum.
Well, since we're talking about the songs, let's go track by track and maybe talk about maybe some of the inspiration behind some of these songs, maybe some of the horror movies that maybe inspired some of these songs, that kind of stuff. Right off the bat, of course, is Flesh Eaters, the title track. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I just love
Great movie.
great cinematic masterpiece. Check out Flash Eaters by Bill
Excellent
Heinzman.
movie.
Go ahead and you'll thank us.
Perfect.
It's free on YouTube. Go
Perfect
for it.
Pennsylvania.
Go, yeah.
We'll give Mr.
Heinzman there. And the Graveyard Ghoul reprises his role as the Graveyard Ghoul in Flesh Eater and takes over a Pennsylvania town and kills Halloween partygoers. It's I love horror movies of all kinds. I don't think I don't say there's bad horror movies. I think they're just like misunderstood, right? Right?
Much like
Am
the
I right?
monsters
Yeah.
themselves.
They're just
right?
that I'm a huge if we're all from PA. I'm a huge whore for anything PA horror. So if I find out it was made in PA, I will watch it and I will go there and I will feel the experience. But so I bought that movie on a whim, not knowing what it really was about. And when I watched it, I was like, holy shit. And I will go on record by saying I shamelessly stole the score to make up that intro and that song when you listen to it. It's the piano score from the song, and I shamelessly took it and turned it into a punk song, and I put lyrics to it, and I was just like, "This is it.
That's awesome.
This is great. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to write about." You know, I don't want to write about like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger. Everyone's done that, and they've done it very well. There's nothing left to say. Let's talk about these. Let's talk about these hidden gems.
Right. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Any PA kid, any Northeast PA kid, any kid from Pennsylvania is going to recognize those woods too.
Yeah.
Because they look exactly
it really
like.
brings it home.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I introduced the movie to these guys over like a movie in the backyard with my projector, and they're just watching. They're just like, "Get out of here!"
It's so good.
It's so PA. You can smell the whole whiskey. You know. So, you know, I one that we wrote that song so many years ago, and we were saving it to release it and record it for like a full length. We were just waiting because it's the perfect song to just open up and give you a taste, no pun intended, of what we are, you know, what you're getting into. So that's the inspiration behind Flesh Eaters, is my love for cheesy B horror movies from the 80s and all.
I got to meet him to get this signed, and he was in the full costume.
Oh, of course he was.
He was
That's
at
awesome.
most conventions that I saw about it. He was a cool dude.
Rest in peace, Bill Hines, man. Rest in peace. Damn.
Or not. Maybe he'll come back.
You should have got some Iron City beer in here. That's what.
Yes.
I'm upset now.
Well, we'll all wait while you
Yeah.
go out and grab some.
Yeah, if I can find some.
So the next up is Attack of the Bleeding Brain.
I'll start this one too. Okay,
You
so
wrote it.
like I said, I love horror movies, but I wanted to write something original. You know, there's too many people out there talking about vampires and romanticizing about death and everything. I'm like, you know what? What if your headache just took over your whole body forever, right? And it drove you nuts. I was usually when I'm writing music or thinking of things, I grab my guitar and I put on whatever horror movie is just on, and so many things with like space brains and anything with brains. It just happened to be a succession of that. And so I was watching these movies and I'm just like, oh my God, guys, think of ways that you could try to kill your own brain.
Yeah.
All right. And they were sending me all these ideas. And so I was like, okay, here's the premise. Frank, you're not allowed to use your snare drum, or you're not allowed to use your snare drum or cymbals. Just, until the chorus. I said, here's the song, here's the idea, very straightforward song. It literally does not change from those notes.
Which ended up being like super difficult for me for so long. I mean, I was like, all right, well, it's really fast, right? Really, really fast.
Yeah.
And
you're not allowed to use cymbals or your snare.
Well, I just did this quick beat on the tom, and it was like just like kick tom, and it is really fucking hard to do. It got me. It was like I'm like, God damn it. It's so hard, and like Bobby, like having to like sync up with the guitar is really tricky. And like,
if there's no monitors,
I even said
reflect.
yes, exactly. I even said it to like a couple people on shows. I'm like, this is really fucking hard. So
Please dance, yeah.
So please clap because this is so hard to do. And I got it now. It's after 2 years of practicing it, but
we will see
it
at
took me
camp.
a while.
We will see at camp.
Yeah, don't jinx us.
I think I heard knocking on wood a lot.
Oh, see, it's hollow there.
That's drywall.
That's
dude. Oh God! Oh no, that's a hollow spot.
But so anyway, I just wanted to write this really straightforward, crazy song, something original, something organic, nothing in particular with a horror movie, just something that came literally, no pun intended, out of my own brain.
That's the Circle Pit song, though, right?
Yes,
there.
that's the Circle Pit.
That is the one. Like, if you know it, like when that snare does crack and
Right.
and then it's like. That's when you go, if you know the song.
It's a shock to your senses.
It is.
And you're
It's
ready
like-
to just go.
Yeah.
That's how I just
I
want to
can
make it
feel
as
it now.
brutal and disgusting as possible.
That's the one. That's the Circle Pit right there. Yeah, that's the one.
Now this next one has a really interesting title: the Carnival of Crime in Connecticut.
Frank.
Took a long time to make that song. Yeah.
Well, pal.
It's a long time. I don't know. It's based on a short story by Mark Twain. I mean, I kind of figured that people would possibly figure that out. It's not really that complicated, but Mark Twain, dark humorist. It's a really dark tale, but so I just like read the story one time, really liked it, and it felt like a horror movie, and it felt like this is nobody, none of these indie directors like figured this out, or these indie writers like stole this yet. Somebody's
Still
going
fresh.
to. Somebody's clearly going to, because nobody writes any original content anymore. So they just didn't, I guess, after they did like Huck Finn and all that other, shit, whatever, and then Roughing It and Carnival of Crimes is left over.
So as soon as they hear this show, you're going to
everybody, Mark Twain sales are going up.
Yeah, right.
You heard it here. I saw it first. The hipster cred is here. It's just a short story that I stole and made into a punk rock song.
Nice.
Really good short story. And you sing for it too.
I do sing on that one. Yeah. Yes. I sing on that one, and I sing on Van to Black.
Oh, quite honestly, I think it's my personal favorite song.
It's really fun to play.
It's a cool song.
It'll get the kids moving. All right, and then read some old literature. All right, it'll get them. To do
it's good for you.
It's good for you.
Yeah.
Both
Twain is great though. Like especially that stuff, because he's a humorist. He's a comedian, but it's not in ways that you would think. It's not these like modern day comic, and it's not a stand up comic. It's literary comedy. It's definitely much different, and he's constantly making fun of somebody, something, somewhere. That's
It still has this like twinge of like.
That song's violent too.
Yeah, very violent.
The third verse is...
When you think Mark Twain, you don't think violent, right? But it fits right into the same theme of this. The
story's pretty violent.
Yeah.
The story, it's like just like a head trip, kid. It's
you got to read it for yourself, kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Go read a book.
It's like 5 pages long. Just go read it.
Yeah, go read it.
Yeah. Send me an email.
Yeah.
Audio whatever.
Got to get in the audio.
Send you a letter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Write me a fucking letter.
Write me a fucking letter.
Maybe I'll narrate it on my Instagram or something someday. Put your kids to sleep.
So we have Moonlight Girl.
All right, we're gonna get deep here. We're gonna be really. Sit down, everybody. Everyone needs to sit down. So I wrote Moonlight Girl a long time ago when I had hair. That's how long ago.
Wow, that was a long time.
And I wrote it at first to impress my now wife. Jeez, my girlfriend at the time.
That worked.
Yeah, it worked out. Worked out great. And so the song worked. But I really wanted to freak her the fuck out. Like, see, like, could you really handle, like, what's going on in this brain? And so I really dug deep, and I was in this other band at the time, and we were trying to write, like, a 50s doo-wop song, but I wanted to make it as fucked up as possible. So I was like, well, what's pretty fucked up? What's, like, a weird fucked up thing? Oh, necrophilia is pretty fucked up. Let's go in that route. So,
was that the first thing you thought of?
Yeah, yes. Really the first thing I thought of. Yes,
that's where I
went right there. So I really dug deep. I'm very proud of lyrically of that song, because when you listen to it, you don't really know where it's going to go until you really pay attention. And I tried to base it off of I was assaulted back in 2006, and I was stabbed. Wow. I was truly I was really living a horror movie that one night. And I really wanted to get in the mind of my assaulter, and I really put myself actually in his shoes. And I wrote this really fucked up song about love and what you do for love and all these things. And, I thought about revenge. It's a beautiful love story and a revenge story. It has everything, it has all these things, twists and turns. And so I wrote about Moonlight Girl, about necrophilia. I'm sorry to ruin it for you. It's about me fucking a dead girl. So, but I wanted to impress my
we're giving all our secrets up right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm giving all the secrets up. Hey, only here.
Yeah,
that's right.
This is where you're gonna get it.
For whoever's tuned in right
now. We heard it here first. But lo and behold, now I'm with my wife. We're together 14 years, married for 5, have a beautiful daughter, and here we are.
And she's still alive.
You don't want to worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Won't get into that.
Too many fucking
my bungee belt is really starting to dig into my. It's really pinching.
Please buy our album so we can support
my belt broke, and so I'm using this bungee cord.
We need to buy our drummer a new belt,
which works great, but it's
for $9.99 you can buy one of these and help this motherfucker buy a belt.
When I sit down, and I've been sitting down for too long now, and so I'm getting pinched here. It sucks. But other than that, it's working pretty good.
Yeah,
So except for the
Usually your
pin shape.
pants are off for practice, so it's doing a great job.
Yeah, these are nice. These are the cleanest pants I own. There's like cat hair over everything I have.
Well, we appreciate you wearing pants for the podcast.
Yeah.
Can you see that down here? I don't know where the cameras are at. So could I
You're doing
take
great.
one?
Yeah.
Your pants are doing great.
The werewolf might be covering it up, so you might be all right.
That's what he
okay.
looks like. It looks like a werewolf down there, I'm sure.
American Werewolf in Whitehaven. We did a good cover of that song.
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
Actually, people loved that. Like especially
Yes.
older people. Because like older
Werewolves
people.
of London. There's you
Like-
only hear it live because we can't afford the
Norton
Yeah,
loves
we
that
can't
song.
afford the license.
We can't afford the
No,
license,
we're
but if you
not.
ever catch us live, if you request,
We did a cool
Werewolves
like
of London,
fast
we will do it.
And you had like some solos in it, and we did a good cover of
It's
that.
tasty. Some tasty
Just
licks
to
in
toot
there.
our own horns a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm tooting.
don't want to brag too much, but yeah,
That was
ask for
good.
Werewolves of
was
London,
good.
and for an encore, we might do it, and it'll be like the best 10 minutes of your life.
Yeah,
It's like our free bird almost.
Well, I mean, there is maybe a little competition out there. So I host the NEPA Scene open mic on Tuesdays at the V Spot in Scranton. And we did a Halloween one. And I said, if anybody wants to dress up or whatever. And this guy wore a werewolf mask. And he sang Werewolves of London and like any other song, like Bad Moon Rising, like anything
Oh, we
related
We
to
covered
it.
that too.
We did
We
that
do
too.
that too.
But he did it with the mask on
They're
the
such
entire
obvious
time.
Halloween songs.
yeah.
Which just made it absolutely hilarious.
You really, I mean, there's just so many obvious Halloween songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what
Right?
you do. Like
But you want to do the ones that people want to sing
people.
along
Well,
to.
people, I don't know. People know them. Whatever. It's like
Exactly.
sometimes you have to be a cover band.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. People just, we're
Hurts
just
your
there to have
egos.
fun.
It hurts all our
Yeah.
egos a little bit, but we still do it. We
He
did a
just
good
sang,
cover
though.
of.
No
We did a
bad.
good. We did Halloween Head. That was a good like B-side. That we did Ryan Adams Halloween Head, and that was a good.
Damn.
That was a good one. And remember that Cinderella girl liked that when we did that. Remember
Yeah,
she
at
was
a
or no,
Halloween party.
Cruella. She was Cruella.
Yeah. We played many private Halloween parties.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
People were very pleasantly surprised.
And
They were
Cruella
like,
DeVille.
Oh, shit.
Cruella DeVille was a big Ryan Adams fan, and she was into that.
Who would've thought?
B-side, yeah, the deep cuts.
So we Gallows is up next.
Now,
That's a Bobby's.
Bobby wrote that and obviously wrote the lyrics and sang for that. And Bobby, if you meet him, he's very soft spoken.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know it from hearing his song, but like he's very like when you meet him, he doesn't say much. When you put a guitar in his hand, and you put him on stage, he's like a completely different person. And he's the one in the band that I think kind of breaks away from that horror element. He talks about it's like for him, it's more of like a therapy for like 40 anywhere between how long we're playing. Like that's his therapy. Like he talks about depression and medication and like just being angry, but you wouldn't know it from the guy. But like when you put him up on that stage and you let him sing and people dancing to it, like it's him letting out all his anger and frustration in a very positive and fun way.
Yeah.
So I mean, when Bobby is up there, like it's like that's from a different part of when I sing from a different part of my heart. From him, it's like it's very personal. Those are the more personal songs on the album. I think they'll resonate a lot with more people that are also angry and
You
depressed.
can always hear that in
and
his
pissed off.
voice too.
Yeah, you can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in everything he does when he writes with us. And I always look forward to when he goes up there and takes charge for a little bit. And I just let him just ring out, and people really, like I said, resonate well with it when Bobby goes up there and sings and plays.
That's a really fun song to play too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, 35 millimeter for life. Did I read that was about the Moaning? Was that inspired
Yes.
by the Moaning?
Oh, very much so, yes. So I'm going to be very quick. I can make this long-winded. I can make this very long, but I'm going to try to make it quick. My wife and I have been going there for like 10 or 11 years, before it got discovered by everyone, like Virgil and everyone who now made it into what it is. And so we would go there, and there would be like maybe 5, 10, 20 cars, and they would play movies all the way through the night. I slept there, you know what I mean? I woke up gross there, and
Yeah.
oof. Anyway,
Something's going on
yeah.
there.
Wilkes-Barre's hot tonight. Anyway, so I fell in love with the place. It's like this little, very intimate place for us, and then it started growing over the years. And the thing is with the Moaning Valley Drive-In is that they only play 35 millimeter. So they're the only drive-in that still does it in the entire country.
Is that really? That's true. The whole country.
Would I fucking lie about it? What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
I don't know. We've been playing the song for 3 years.
Shit. Well,
I don't know
you think I'd fucking make up?
I'm learning about
you
our
make
band
this shit
too.
up?
I'm learning all about our band.
So anyway, so I love that place, and it is like my vacation away. I can't afford to like go somewhere, but that is my place to go and just like just relax. And I'm stuck, we're there with other people who appreciate film. Like I'm a huge cinephile, so like I'm there and I feel at home. I feel like it's my home away from home. And so when the documentary came out, they kept screaming like 35 for life, and I'm like, that's it. That's the hook. So I wrote about that place and how much it means to me, and check out the documentary, check out the place. I'm sure.
And then Eazy-E cut it up when we submitted it.
Yeah.
Can we say something? We're not going to try to be negative.
We're
not
going
to
to
try to be
submitted it
negative.
to locals only,
Yeah.
and there's a lyric in it that's
I literally talk about the radio station that
you have to tune into when you're at the drive-in.
When you're
play
tuning
the
in,
audio
they
through
literally
radio
have the Moaning
station.
Drive-In, 89.3. Oh, here we are. And so I'm like, you have to put that on there. But when we submitted it to where do we
Locals
submit?
only.
Locals only.
97.9X.
Fuck you guys for doing it.
And he fucking
Fuck
cut
you
it.
guys.
But not only did he cut it, he could have just
Bleeped it.
bleeped
He
it
could've
or
fucking
something.
sent you-
But he cut that whole line out
Communication
of the song.
would've been key.
So the verse just skipped a whole 2 measures.
It just sounds like
so
garbage.
It was so dumb, and we were at Loftus that day too.
Yeah, we
weren't
were recording
and we're
our
like
next
like
thing.
idiots, we're sitting there with the in the car, waiting for the thing to come on. We're listening to all these other songs that we're like.
A fucking email would have solved this problem and said we can't play it.
I
because
can't play it because of this. We would
blah,
have
blah,
gave you
blah.
another song or
We
something.
would have sent you another fucking song.
Dumb.
So send me a fucking email next time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Eazy-E,
so
right? Was that who it was? Was that his name? I don't know. Whatever. Whoever it
you.
was. Whoever
my
it was.
song.
Dumb
God damn
move.
it. So anyway, so I very much love this drive-in. I highly recommend it for a great family night out. So that's what I wrote the song about, and still going strong to this day. I was just there over the weekend. It was awesome.
We actually had the guy who directed the film here maybe about a month or so ago.
Really? Oh, okay.
On the podcast. So we talked about that because it's such a cool movie. It's like a nice, heartwarming sort of.
It's an underdog
which is
story.
rare. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
an underdog story.
And a true story, which was really cool. Let's see. Burn With Me.
That's another Bobby
Once
song.
again, Bobby, like I said, you hear it in the lyrics there that he's got some deep anger that he wants to get out.
I don't know.
That's
That's like a fictional thing.
It's
Yeah,
fictional,
it's
obviously.
just something
He's not
about,
really promoting burning
killing a
with
girl.
Right.
And I don't-
This
I
is
don't-
entertainment, children.
Yes.
Don't fucking burn yourself.
Yeah, we don't think Bobby's homicidal or anything.
No.
So don't get those.
It's just.
That's a metal song too,
Oh
Yeah.
god, the metal
That's
kids go
definitely
nuts
like
for
our
that
metal
one.
song, and that's that's got the driving, the driving bass, and that's a
Very straightforward, hardcore. Kids
that's a
know
metal
from the
song.
first 2 notes that you hear, oh shit,
yeah
things are gonna get really deep.
snare
So,
build up in the beginning there. Yeah.
I'm sure Bobby could go and we can't speak fully for Bobby on this one, but once again, it's one of the first original
Yo,
songs.
he's so natural in the studio too. He just one take,
One
every
take,
single
Bobby.
thing, one take, guitar, one take.
vocals.
One
That's
take,
it.
backup vocals. He's got to do this one time, everything in and out.
He's out. And he makes me look like
Because he
a
always
chump.
wants to leave right away too. He's like, I'm out.
He's like, I'm done.
The show's over, packed up. He's out. He's going.
Song's perfect.
He's got shit to do.
Yeah, I got other shit to do right now. So once again, I can't speak for Bobby on all this, but like I said, very aggressive stuff. It's coming from somewhere where he's letting it out.
Right.
He's letting it out for people to just also vent.
Well,
The
I mean,
songs are always very aggressive.
a lot of punk and metal. That's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Getting that
Yeah.
stuff out in a healthy way.
Definitely.
Spitting Nails. You guys mentioned this one before.
This was the track that may have not made it.
Yeah.
We were rehearsing it. We were going over it. We're like, is this ready?
We're all nervous to record it because it was like, you know, we have
in the studio.
one
We were just
chance
kind
to
of
do
going over
this.
last second touch-ups. Like we were
you're
just
paying to be there. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you don't have time to fuck around.
Right.
and
So we're like, you know, were we ready to do? But it's just a song. The song was so just natural, and it, you know, it's pretty again, it's a pretty straightforward song, but we were like, I know I was. I'm always like, I don't know, boys. Like, let's not push it. But you know,
it worked out.
Joe's
Like
a
I said, it worked
professional
out,
too.
yeah.
You know, Joe always makes things pretty easy over there, Loftus.
I'm always amazed at the output from that because I have so many people on this show and people that I just interview in general that have done albums there, and they're all so different from each other, but they all sound so good.
Right. I've been going to Joe Loftus since like 2008, you know, and so you know, Joe and I know each other very well, and you know, Bobby's recorded there also with his other projects.
Everybody
so like
recorded
everyone
there.
recorded there. So we're like, where do we go to?
And he's not in the
release?
base. He's not in the basement anymore. Right?
Yeah, he's not in the basement. He's
Beautiful
actually got a
studio.
beautiful studio.
Beautiful
now. He
studio.
really excelled, and now he's
Oh,
got some
yeah.
beautiful toys. To
And
you know,
and Angel the dog, Angel the puppy is still there.
yeah, she's
Not-
still rocking. She's still
Don't pet Angel.
Don't
by
touch
the way.
Angel.
don't even look at her. So I mean, like I just trust him, and I was like, my first outing with these guys, I'm like, we got to go to Joe, we got to go to him. He's got to make us sound really well, and I trust his judgment on where to go and how to sound, and he knows what I want as well. So I mean, like he's the guy.
He said he likes to. He's because he's loves to record bands too because he's doing a lot of like hip hop and stuff now,
Yeah,
which is a much different thing. You know, he like wants to record drums,
very
wants to
cookie
record.
cutter things, but like
Well,
yeah,
it's
he
just that
wants
there's not much instrumentation happening.
Right.
Like they have tracks and stuff, so you know to record instruments, I think he's because he's still kind of a purist. Like, we all want to like be in the most pure part of our mediums, whatever they may be. You know, you're like 35 millimeter. We want analog. You know, we're all like these old farts that love to think about like the way things used to be. So I think, you know, he wants to like still record drums and record guitars through tube amps and like do it like that. You know?
he really enjoys it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the new studio is
can tell.
beautiful too, though. It's very comfortable, very comfortable,
there.
very nice place to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have him and you have Jay there and, you know, adding little kind of flourishes to things or seeing things that other people, because I watched him work and it's amazing like what he'll pick up on or, oh, we could, you know, use a little of this and he'll just pick up an instrument and do it himself.
Right,
And it's
yeah.
like that
He's
song would have
he's
came out
definitely a
completely
wonderful
different
guitar
under
player,
anybody
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Well, compared to we did some recording in Philly too at Creep Records, which was a much different environment. Still, like you know, it did a great job. Yeah, you know, it's like,
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
gut things are happening.
How's
over
that
here.
sound guy?
Sound guy, yeah.
Yeah.
There's yeah, we recorded a little bit in Philly, like half of this album, or like a third of the album, or something, and much different environment than Loftus, which is like he has things like set up to like pamper you, you know.
Right.
Whereas like Eric was like, we're here for business. You know, the sound was great though in that room.
Damn.
That room was like really great, like in that like Black Panther snare, just like thwack like a rifle in that room. You know, that room sounded really good.
A lot of
Really
raw,
good.
a lot of raw feeling in there.
Yeah.
You know, going
But like
on.
having 7-8 people in that in that sound.
it's a-
right now, this
tiny
is a crowd
studio.
in that studio.
We were all it was tight. It was a much different environment, but still I don't know. I think everything like kind of came together well too. Like because Eric mastered everything. That's how it
Yeah,
went, right?
he actually remastered
Everything for the full length.
Yeah, because you guys took your EPs and put them together.
Two of
then
them, and then the
added
rest of
some
it's
extra
new.
stuff.
Oh,
that-
this is
has that
a lot of new stuff on here that we're very proud of, and I think
Okay.
it's really going to shine. We recorded the new stuff at Loftus, but then Eric mastered it, so it still has this cohesion that, like, you know, really mixes well between all the songs, even though they're recorded at different times, different studios.
And that's what
different
Eric went for,
engineers.
was the sound of the creepy movie marathon too. You know, like
Yeah.
to get that because we knew what we wanted. We're working with the same artist. You know, John Perotti does all our art, just so we have that cohesion. Everybody's just so it's otherwise you just get like all kinds of different things, which is great too, I guess. But that we're kind of going for we have a plan here,
Right.
and we want to stick to it. So and keep with it, just so that we're used to everything. And again, with Parati, like he knows what like he can continue to do his theme, and like he can be creative.
Very familiar with what the theme.
He knows
was.
what we're all about, and like he's such an like Parati's so dope. It's just like tell him something like I don't know, man, make like a badass like eagle like landed on something, and like 10 minutes later just be like that, like yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Whatever kind of
stupid
drunken ideas you come up with, that boy just makes it look so easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, this was
Parati.
really the product of like essentially all 2.5, 3 years
Yeah.
worth of work for the
Definitely.
band.
This is from the beginning, from the get go.
Yeah. A lot of these
the
songs
whole
we wrote
deal.
in the very beginning, and we wanted it all under one roof, under, a different indie label like Batfink Records here. Mike is the guy.
Yeah.
Mike is the guy that is putting it all together. Honestly, like we'd be still playing garages if it wasn't for Mike here. You know what I mean? Like he's out there every day throwing everything at the wall, and whatever sticks, like we're lucky to get it thanks to him.
It's tough. A lot of work.
He doesn't want to go into it because he used to have hair when he started.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. It's really tough to find live acts that really put in the work now, and to put on a good show. And then worst part is to try to find people to come out.
Right.
We live in such a different age where everything's just at your hands all the time, and if it doesn't keep your attention for more than 5 or 10 seconds, you just flip it up. It's your thumb decides for you. It's so quick.
Yeah.
So it's very important now for any kind of live act to really capture something very quickly. And so for him to go all through all this work and find us a venue, acts to go through, to get people to go there, to show up, it's a bitch,
Who are some of your favorite acts that you've got to perform with, or some of your favorite shows that you guys have done? where you feel
Road
like you-
Soda.
Road Sodas.
Love that guy so much.
I'll let you tell a story
No,
very
I was
quickly.
just they were so fun. That was a really awkward show, but it was because we played at the Sports Dome,
Yes,
Yeah.
which is not ideal for
Keystone
sound.
Ramp Works.
The Keystone
Okay.
Ramp Works.
It was
yeah.
before
had a
they
show.
moved the venue back into the room up
They have
front,
like
so
a-
it was actually in the dome.
So it
and
was in the dome.
It was like an
yeah.
echo chamber.
Everybody talks about the
Which
dome
was it was
shows
super
back
cool
in
though
the
because
day.
there was like dudes skating and everything. It was like Boom Boom Huck Jam, but it was just
Not
like a
great
terrible
for-
echo chamber. But
Our,
yeah,
our cabs were on the floor while we're on a riser. It was not ideal.
Right.
We understand that they were not dealing with
it's
it's
always
COVID
sound.
times.
That's what we always battle with.
It wasn't ideal, but we still made some new friends that night. But I mean, like we opened up for like the Coffin Cats this year, and then like they put on an amazing show.
There was another really dope band at that show too. You remember who I'm talking about?
No.
That band. They were like a. Oh man, no, they were really dope. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so burned out.
damn.
I'm such a
Okay.
burnout.
Well, we also opened up for like the Queers, where we made good friends with
Darker Days.
Yes.
Darker Days.
Believe they're
they were
from
like AFI. That
Massachusetts.
kid could sing so good.
Oh, the
He had
guitarist.
such a dope voice.
Yeah,
that
he
kid.
did. Yeah, the guitarist in that band used to be in Die Ghost, and we
Yes.
did
Oh,
a
yeah.
split.
Which-
We did a split with Die Ghost right after our first, like
See,
literally.
you're breaking my balls. See, come on.
I'm breaking your butt. Yeah,
See?
I'm sorry. They were really amazing. They
Always
went
the
on
cornerstone
after us.
that holds everything together.
Yeah. And we did a split with Die Ghost, and their old guitarist was there, so they're coming
was,
up
yeah.
to me, and they're like, they're from like Minneapolis and stuff. So we're like, we'd never met, but we know each other through line. They heard our music from the EP, and they were like, oh, we want to do a split with you guys. So like I said, 2020 COVID times, they need something to put out. They chose us, and then like 2 years later, we play with one of their old guitarists, and it's like a small world. It's like, holy shit, what are the odds that that happened?
But that was a cool band. If you're into like hardcore, which I like, that was like basically the sound of like Wilkes-Barre when I was going to the
Yeah.
Metro. That was like the sound of
back.
Wilkes-Barre back in. That was definitely, they were really cool, and they're like a 6-piece band, or they were a big band.
yeah, they had a lot. That stage couldn't hold them.
Drummer
They were
was
really good.
drummer was fast as lightning, like super cool band. Definitely, Darker Days was dope.
Definitely for an underground band, like still trying to make it. They
And
were
that kid could
amazing.
sing, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
Now, is there a horror punk scene, or is it all kind of mixed in with the punk scene? Or
I would say there's more of like a horror fan.
Horror Punks USA.
Horror Punks USA is like a culmination of people throughout the entire country. But like, around here, like NEPA, it's more like a horror fan scene more than their horror punk scene.
Okay.
Like I said, like when you think of horror punk, it's usually like a lot of theatrics, makeup, and
that's type stuff.
Yeah, around here that doesn't exactly fly.
There is a sound.
There is a sound.
Sound.
There are a couple of us around. There's like all the damn vampires. Like they're definitely in that genre. There's one revived and the psychobilly-esque for that.
Yes.
And then of course us, like we're just the horror nerds. Like I don't like to dress up. I don't like to put like I said, no theatrics. We just like try to put on a really good show. It's like our music is basically a soundtrack for all your buddies coming over, watching a horror movie together while eating pizza and drinking beer. It's the best way I can try to sell it to you.
I think an audiophile would. An audiophile would.
An audiophile, you would love this, and it's like a soundtrack to like your friends coming over watching a really funny horror movies. That's the theme I want to go for. So like around here, there's not much of a horror punk scene, but overall, like in Philly, and then near Delaware, near
Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah. They have a very tight knit horror punk scene, and it's slowly growing over time. It's starting to catch on. We met someone from Austria, Brent?
No, New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Brent. I'm sorry for watching this. He came all the way from New Zealand to see us and to see other bands. He came all the way over.
Probably Australia, you're thinking.
Shut up. Don't fucking interrupt me. But he came, he came all the way. He knew who we were. He sells our music overseas, and he came all the way, and he was just like hanging out. He's the coolest guy. So it's growing exponentially, slowly, and creeping into minds of every state. So it's slowly getting a grasp on it, and luckily we're kind of like on the sidelines there to help out and spread the word in like coal regions like this. So there is a scene, but it's very dedicated. You have to go looking for it. You just can't find it at a bar. You can't go find it at. So you have to like look for it and find these people and get together for it. And luckily we've made some friends here in NEPA that kind of put on the same thing. So it's growing. It's getting there. It's catching back on again.
You said the queer show was good for you guys. You made some connections there.
Damn.
That was a great show.
That was a great show. The Queers put on an amazing show. They didn't ever stop. They don't stop to like talk. They just for like an hour and a half.
The Jazz Cafe is dope too. That place is awesome. Like if you want to feel 16 again, go see Big D and the Kids Table at the Jazz Cafe.
It's very intimate. There's no bodyguards separating you from the stage.
People
You're
go crazy.
right there. You're right there in front of the band. You are there. You're part of it. Jazz Cafe gives you that. Well, there was also another show that we met some new friends like the Mazos. We met them there, and then like they're playing with us on October 1st over in Mill Hill,
Trenton, New Jersey.
in New Jersey. We made good friends there. It's like we're slowly building up a community as we go around, and we all try to help each other out. So that, like I said, that night was awesome. Opening up with the Queers was like changed my life. It reminded me why I'm doing this all the time. Just like they just put on an amazing show.
Yeah, Jazz Cafe's dope though.
It
This
is.
great. Sounds good there. They treat you.
You could be the worst band ever, and you'll still sound good.
You sound amazing there.
Yeah.
I always said they maybe need to change that name at some point. Maybe just rock.
right.
Look at
Right. Jazz
CBGB.
bands.
Look at
That's true.
CBGB.
Yeah.
You don't need to change the sound. Just need to change the scenery.
That's true. That's fair. What was I gonna say? Let's get. That brings up another point too. So you guys are playing Camp Punksylvania this Saturday at the Circle Drive in Dickson City. Mm-hmm. There's a huge lineup at these types of festivals. So people are, walking around, they're doing stuff. They may be, watching the band, they may be doing something else. How do you guys grab people's attention at an event like that and make them want to stay for your set?
Well, you got it. It's all about dynamics.
There's one stage too.
Yeah, one stage.
So if they want to watch bands,
we don't
they're
have
watching.
roadies setting up stuff. So we're a working class band. You know what I mean? We don't have roadies. So So we're up there setting up our stuff. So when you start playing, it has the first 10, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't grab them right away. So you have to start with, it's all about dynamics. You start very high, and then you got to go higher. And so, like I said, with like Flesh Eater being like the name of our album, the start of our set, it's going to go very insane from there and not stop for what do we have? 45 minutes?
40, yeah.
40 minutes. We have to keep that 40 minutes going and going. Yeah. We don't stop, and we don't look at each other and decide what's next. We know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get.
Nobody wants to hear us talk shit.
No one's
just play music.
They want it very fast. Yeah. They want it. That's it. So we are.
Nobody wants any banter.
Yeah.
If they want, they could listen to this podcast. And
right. Yeah. You can hear us banter all you want here.
Yeah. Listen to this. So that Saturday, it's just going to be songs.
So you got to go up there and you got to give them the energy right up front, so they know what they're getting into, and then never let up. And that's not easy to do. Sometimes there's ups and downs to dynamics, but like with us, it's going up, and we come down a little bit, and then.
But we'll be hanging out and making friends with people too.
That too.
Like when we played there, was that 2 years ago at the Horror Film Festival?
Yes. NEPA for.
We got along with everybody. We were making all kinds of cool friends from New York, and there was people from like all around, that were hanging out, and because people come.
Well,
from
you
all
met
over
your
the
wife. Hi, Jen. So
how about it?
I mean, that's how wild it is. It's like you got to keep up with that dynamic. You got to keep them enthralled. You got to keep them their attention all the time, and luckily our sets and hopefully this album will keep going with that.
Right.
So. Like I said, you got to see us live, though. I feel like that's where the real energy is, and you feel it from everybody. We just played the same set at Bar 13, and it went over so damn well.
So sweaty.
So, yeah, we were so sweaty.
So sweaty.
So sweaty. Luckily, we'll be outside, so we'll be able to air out. But we the energy there was very good. We just played with the Jasons, the Huntington. We just put on, they felt it, and we felt it too, and they just never let up, because we never let up. So it's you got to start off at a high point, and then somehow go higher. So it's not easy. It's not it's not always fun. We make it look. We make it look fun.
It's fun. It's just wet.
Yeah, it's just wet. We're all just we're all in our 30s, all right. So we're just gross.
It's just like
it's just gross. It's sexy when a 20-year-old does it, but a 30-year-old doing it, we make it look gross.
And then it's we have to dry off somehow eventually. Sometimes
luckily the air
takes a while.
If you guys have anything to add in the comments, do it now. We're going to just check in on a couple here. Let's see. Jen sends hearts.
Thanks, Jen. We love you too.
Stephen Wonder says, Whiskey Bats, I love you, and I can smell the halushki. Let's see. Dave says, the second you move your face away from the mic, it's super hard to hear your conversation. So
me? Or who?
I don't know if that's... Yeah,
which one? Which bald guy?
Who are we yelling at here?
Come on, sound guy. Get with it.
That sounds like a user operator error.
You know what, though? He also says to turn the lights down. Like, sorry. It's just...
Sorry. We're super pasty white. We're sorry.
He might be
the lights are way down.
He's watching a different podcast.
Yeah,
we're super pasty. I'm sorry.
We'll wear hats next time.
Chandra says, nice Knob Creek shirt.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's brand new too, so it's like nice and soft on the inside.
Yeah.
And so I'm really enjoying that, and the inside is very nice and smooth.
You look cozy.
I am, man. I'm hanging out over here.
You look cozy over there.
Yeah.
And Robert John says, good job, boys. Sorry I couldn't be there.
Bobby. Eat shit and live, Bobby. He knows what's up.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We do. We should wrap up, but we'll go over maybe those last couple tracks quick, since we did the rest.
We'll try to
scrap.
Try
Get
to wrap
them
this
in
up.
there fast.
We'll try to
We got
wrap it up.
NC-17.
It's about trying to find those really obscene, really dirty, really disgusting, really raunchy movies, and I wanted to sing an anthem about it. Want you to see it too, and this is the anthem for all you disgusting, horrible mutants out there. You know who I'm talking about.
That song's dope too. It's just
Fuck.
like 2 minutes, like in and out.
I have to use my inhaler.
Get out of there.
I have to use an inhaler after that song.
Yeah.
It's just nonstop. It's a very intense song.
Yeah, no pulling punches with that bad boy. Yeah.
And then we got Vanta Black.
Vanta Black. Yeah. Anish Kapoor is not allowed to.
Fuck you, Anish.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's not allowed to.
Fuck you.
Listen to. If he's listening right now, he can't. He has to leave the room. He can come back afterwards, but that's it. And
Let's try to freak him out. Let's like talk.
He cannot.
Out without any audio. Like. Then he'll just tune out.
Yeah, that guy.
He's
is
probably
not
gone
allowed
right
to,
now.
Yeah.
He's
not
gone.
allowed to listen to that song.
We got Missing Midian. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna try to be quick.
That's our pop song.
That's our poppiest song. It's the jump while you listen to it song. I'm a huge Clive Barker fan. I wanted to write about Nightbreed, and I wanted to adapt it to like people who live at night. Go out in the city. When I try to find a good time, you'll find a good time with the Whiskey Bats any time we're out there. So it's all for you creatures of the night out there. So that's what I wanted to write about.
Maybe we should have sent that one to the radio station
Yeah, maybe.
instead.
So it's what it's about is the night people, the late night people.
Yeah.
And we have Sci-Fi Style.
Damn. All right. So
That is the
once again,
opus.
that is our magnum opus right there. It is. It's kind of like my way of being angry about the world and wanting to take it over, but in the way of 1950 style sci-fi films. If you listen to the hooks in it, about taking over the world in 1950 style sci-fi movies, Raising the Dead, laser beams, zombies, world domination. You'll love it, kids. Stay up and watch that. Don't tell the parents.
I mean, it's like 6 minutes long.
It's the longest damn song, but
It's a
you know
long
what?
fun fact
It's a
song.
ride. It's like we're taking you on a ride throughout the world and dominating. So
6 minutes for a punk song. That's
it's an endeavor.
Yeah, that's
it's a dedication.
Yeah.
We're dedicated to.
that's
to
like
telling that
progressive
story.
rock.
Again,
Yeah.
You have to listen to it to understand it. So
yeah, it's another sweaty one for sure.
yeah, it's our last one. I could barely get through the set. The last.
By the time we always
Laws.
close with it too,
Yeah.
and it's like by the time we get there, we're like really. You can't drag, but
Yeah, I
it's-
lose 3 pounds.
yeah,
By the
it's
end of
what
that
keeps us
set
in
when
shape.
I get to that song.
Whatever shapes we're in.
Yep. Not good shapes, just
Octagonal,
weird
yeah.
shapes. But that's definitely our big opus to end such a very long-waited album that we tried to put together. So much time, so much blood and sweat. No pun intended. Again, it's like I said, it's a culmination of like 2 years of hard work and writing and just the love of the night, love of being up late, hanging out with your friends. That's what I wanted to try to create, and I feel like we did that together as the 4 of us.
So that's out now on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
And you have physical copies and CD.
Yes, and there will
which
be vinyl coming in November.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So keep your eyes open.
I know that's a
Yeah.
process these days to
Yeah,
get something on
it
vinyl.
is.
So you probably had to work to get
Some
that.
people that lose
Yeah.
some heads.
To save our pennies for that one.
It's hard to get. You know?
Yeah,
It's-
it's like I said,
Petroleum-
Bat Fink Records
petroleum
right here
products.
that made it happen.
Apparently,
No lie.
Adele
need
took them
electric
all. I don't know. That's
vehicle
what I.
vinyls or carbon neutral vinyl.
New shirts, new everything, new merch. You can find it all in the same places. You'll see us at camp. I think at 3:00. I want to
3
see
Yes,
us.
o'clock
3
on
o'clock.
Saturday.
Yeah.
At this
September
moment, I believe
10th.
it's 3. Keep in
Buy
touch.
merch from us so we could get new clothes and belts that don't
Yes,
that
please.
fit.
Please
and
support this guy's new belt.
Truly,
Does
Right?
anybody out there have a belt they can give you?
You can just
I
mail
agree.
to it. Mail us your belts. Look at the
just
Bandcamp
when in
right
doubt
here.
though, a bungee cord does work. Just saying.
Wow.
Works. We'll
We're gonna
hold
get-
you up.
We're gonna get you a big boy belt.
Big boy belt. Maybe
Big
I should
boy
go with some
belts.
braces.
Anybody got
Maybe
Send us your
suspenders.
belts. Meet us at camp. Bring your belts.
Bring your belts.
Oh, we're gonna love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna wear all the belts.
I'll wear
all the
however many I
belts.
get. I guess.
Take off all
We'll
your
see.
clothes and wear all the belts.
No, okay, probably it's not a good look. Not a good look.
You never
Definitely
know.
Not going to be a good look.
You don't know that.
I have a hunch.
Man, do you guys plan on any kind of release show or anything for the album?
Technically, we did play a release show on September 3rd with at Bar 13,
Okay.
with Horror Punks USA, featuring First Jason and not First Jason, excuse me, the Jasons and Huntington and Dickie Devil and the Deviants. So we did release it on September 3rd. It's out now. You can buy it anywhere that you listen to your favorite music.
And is there any? Oh, you know what? I also wanted before we go. I'm just going to declare that it's spooky season now. We're drinking pumpkin beer. We're talking
It
horror
is.
movies and stuff.
September 1st is it. That's
That's
it.
it.
It's on.
Anyone who argues with that, please come to the studio.
Yes,
Yeah.
please come down to the
Right
Accelerator
now.
building.
Yeah, it's definitely spooky season.
So what are some of your favorite horror movies or stuff that you recommend that
Dude,
people
I
should
just
be watching
watched.
this
I
season?
just watched Fire in the Sky with my girl the other day. That movie ruined my childhood, and that scene is still just as awful as it was back then. It's the only part of the movie. It's not like a traditionally spooky movie. It's like a psycho thriller. It's aliens, but
Sci-fi style.
it's terrible though. That scene is god
There's
awful.
a scene it'll ruin your day.
I don't know. I was way too young to watch that. My old man didn't give a shit apparently, and yeah, that fucked me right up. Yeah, classic. I think that one definitely hurt me.
For me, You're Wearing the Shirt. I love the whole Halloween series. It's amazing.
and they're always on TV, so you can
you can-
usually catch them.
Especially they're on. It's like a marathon from September 1st until Halloween. So
Now, are you first one's the best, or is it one of the later ones your favorite?
I could see something good in all of them. I even like Halloween 3. Like that should be a standalone movie, I think, but it's still a great movie. I do like the new trilogy that's coming out. Hopefully that Halloween Ends comes out this year. I don't know if it is or not.
It is.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna-
I'm waiting for that one. I think they're really good. All right. Get ready to
Listen up. You're not gonna find this on any video show. You're not gonna find it anywhere else. But listen up. Look up Squirm. All right, look up Squirm. Look up Flesh Eater, or Night of the Flesh Eaters,
Yes.
or Revenge of the Living Dead. It goes by many names. It's on YouTube. So you can see it for free. But I'm telling you, any kind of George Romero zombie film is my go-to. I'm a PA, horror punk all the way. I love Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. Even movies that weren't filmed here, I still love them. You could look up The Blob, anything made in PA. That's where you'll get a feel for this album right here for all those films. It's a little touch of all that right there. So that's my go-to. That's my feel-good films. Go for it.
Nice. Those are all solid answers. So we are we're out of time, unfortunately, but we would love to. We're going to love to see you guys on Saturday. We will be there the whole weekend. So
Awesome.
if you are a punk rock fan, Lou, I don't know if you want to put up the deal. Maybe I'll put this up. There's the lineup there for this weekend. It's going to be a really cool, packed weekend. We actually had the organizers from Camp Punksylvania on the show like 2 months ago or so. They would happen to be here to check out the space and stuff. So, because one's from Canada, so it's not easy to get them here. So go back and watch that show as well. And thank you for tuning in tonight, and thank you guys for coming on. And,
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for
so
having
much
us.
for putting this out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it'll be really cool to see you guys with. You're really opening for the Casualties. Really,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Let's trade shirts. Let's
Yeah,
We
right.
have to shake everybody down for shirts all the time. It's like the that's the trade off for all the artists around everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my.
Yeah.
I got my.
That
shirt
glows in
here.
the dark.
Yes.
That glows in the dark.
Oh yeah, see that.
Orgies would be a lot of
you
fun in
really
the dark
want
with that shirt
We
on.
won't lose you.
So the Whiskey Bats full-length debut album Flesh Eaters is available now on all streaming platforms. Physical copies are available on CD and vinyl by the end of the year. So
Yes.
keep a lookout for that. And Camp Punksylvania runs Friday, September 9th through Sunday, September 11th at the Circle Drive-In in Dickson City with over 29 bands, including the Whiskey Bats, on Saturday, September 10th at 3 p.m. So make sure that you go and check this out. It's a fairly new event. They've only done one other Camp Punksylvania, and they're pretty sure they really want to stay here. So let's convince them to stay in Northeast PA with a huge turnout.
Let's show what we're all about.
Absolutely.
Well, it's been sold out for a while, hasn't it?
All the camping passes are gone. I think you could still get daily tickets.
Yes, tickets are still available daily. So
camping sold out right away.
Yep.
Yeah. And
get drunk and stay there. It's been great.
Yeah, they're showing movies at night. There's
this is our theme right here.
Right?
You guys are gonna love it.
Campfires, all kinds of
after
really cool
parties.
stuff. After
the Code's
parties.
gonna be playing after parties and stuff, I think.
Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be amazing. So we'll try to bring you as much as we can. We're gonna have photographers there all weekend. We'll get some video, hopefully. As much as we can do. But you have to be there in person. That's the main thing. Go out to shows, actually support these bands, go out to see them. Your other show is in Jersey coming up. You want to plug that one too?
October 1st at the Mill Hill Basement in Trenton, New Jersey, with The Galaxy Has Eyes, the Mazos from Scranton, and the Mad Splatter from New Jersey.
Awesome. Well, you take a trip, go out a little bit. I mean, geez, we've all been cooped up for so long. It's nice to actually be able to drive out to a show these days. So thanks again for tuning in. We will see you here next Wednesday for another live stream podcast. And make sure you like and share if you enjoy this. You had a good time talking about horror movies and horror punk and all that good stuff. Make sure you please, like and share the video. I get so many people that I run into at shows and stuff, and they're like, "I love your show. I watch this interview with this person." I'm like, "But I didn't see your name pop up in the likes there." I check that all the time to see who's watching. So, make sure that you're liking and sharing so that we know it can get out to more people. But thanks so much. Have a good night, and we will see you this weekend at Camp Punksylvania.